Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article. It's from the Dallas Morning News on their Dallas News website. It was published from appearances on January 17th. It's an editorial that looks like it's from their editorial staff. I mean, and the funny thing is they're trying to make it sound like the Dreamers for $5.7 billion is a fair deal, number one. Number two, they honestly believe that the Democrats will accept the Dreamers for that $5.7 billion when they were offered the Dreamers before and they fucking spurged out. Yeah, it's kind of funny how they think things are at the Dallas Morning News here. Anyway, let's get into the article. The government shutdown is in its fourth week with no end in sight because our leaders in Washington don't seem to want an end that doesn't amount to political humiliation of the opposition, which is complete and total horseshit. The Democrats want that, but the Republicans don't. Trump doesn't want it at all. He just wants his $5.7 billion for his wall. They started acting, on the note of the Democrats, like petulant children that did not want to compromise. They could have asked for the whole DACA thing in the beginning, and I'm sure Trump would have signed off on it. They would have went, if they had said, okay, we'll give you $5.7 billion, but we want DACA. I'm sure he would have, went, okay. He would have got a win because with his voting base, they would have seen $5.7 billion going towards the wall. The Democrats, they wouldn't have had their open borders like they want, but they could have had a win with the left. And they wouldn't have taken it. But imagine for a moment that President Donald Trump and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer could see their way to a compromise that Americans would support and that would greatly benefit this country. You know what's funny is they say that, but they don't understand that a lot of Americans do not support DACA. Only people on the left tend to support DACA. Okay, because they're emotion over fact. People who tend to lean right are more fact over emotion, are more, what's the word I'm looking for? Analytical. They're more critical. They tend to be not that much for it. And if they are, it's more like, well, it's too late now. Because this is the same idea of when amnesty was given prior. Okay, like with Reagan and Clinton. Was it? No, Baby Bush, sorry. People were like, we're not for it, but yeah, they're already here. Yeah. And they weren't, supporting it. That's not supporting it. That's going, well, yeah, they're already here. It's a pain in the ass. That's like the idea of, saying that supporting a communist dictator because you'll get shot is being for the, is being for them. I mean, kind of along those lines. And it would not be a benefit to this country. 800,000 Democrat voters, if they're allowed past the citizenship. No, sorry. That only helps the Democrats. That doesn't help the Republicans. That doesn't help anyone right of the Democrat Party, which is pretty far fucking left these days. If it was guaranteed that they would never be able to become citizens, okay, maybe. I mean, that would have to be a consideration, I think. Yeah, well, we'll give them green cards, but they're not going to be able to vote. They're not going to be able to become citizens. If they want to vote and all that, they can go back to the country they were born in. I mean, to me, that sounds fair. To us, it would look like this. The president would get the funding he seeks to enhance border security. They can't even say for his wall. And they're not even saying that he would get his $5.7 billion. Okay? Including some 230 miles of physical barrier, but also with more technology-sophisticated solutions. The technology-sophisticated solutions are not fucking solutions. I'm sorry, but wide open borders with LiDAR tracking them coming across is not a solution. Jesus fucking Christ. See, they don't even want to say it. You can tell these people are against the wall. Well, enhanced border security. That's the bullshit that the Democrats have been using, that term, to enhance border security. And then calling it a physical barrier. Call it a fucking wall. See, they don't want a wall. They want maybe some chain link fence, shit like that. Basically they're saying President Trump should get some crumbs and the Democrats should get DACA. And it'll be a great win for both sides. No, it won't. Holy shit. All right, supporting Silicon Valley startups that are offering things that cost money but do not actually curb illegal immigration on the note of these technologically sophisticated solutions is not a good choice, because they're still going to come across the border. We're still going to have to pay for them, with our tax dollars. The only thing that's good is that the Silicon Valley companies are making money for something that's totally fucking useless. In return, the president would agree to a sweeping deal to protect young people who were brought into this country without authorization at ages when they had no say over what happened to them. You know what? Life fucking sucks. I understand that this was out of your control, but you're an adult now. You have to take responsibility for where your lot in life is. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's how things should be. And I love this, a sweeping deal to protect young people who are brought into this country. Basically, hand them the fucking keys to the castles, what they're implying there. We are speaking here of the dreamers that include the 800,000 young people officially protected from deportation under the law known as Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA. Well, guess what? Number one, pretty much every one of those 800,000 people are fucking adults at this point. Number two, they are not protected by the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, all right, because that could not pass Congress. They are being protected by an executive order that Obama decreed. Trump tried to rescind, and in New York and California, like the Ninth Circus, activist judges decided to rule that a president does not have the right to issue or rescind executive orders because their feelings, because they don't like the fact that that's clearly written out. So they decided to overextend and overreach with their power and say that he did not have the right to do that. You don't even know what the fuck is protecting them. And you're saying, well, we should just give them carte fucking blanche. Holy shit. But it also includes an additional 1 million people brought here before their 16th birthday, but who have not qualified for DACA for a variety of reasons. So basically, you want to throw another million. It's like you want to get the 800,000 through the door. Okay, it's not bad enough you want to slip one, get one through the door and slip 10 behind them. All right, you literally want to slip 800,000 through the door and sneak 1 million in behind them. All right, and I love this. Some of them have committed minor crimes. Yeah, some of them have committed major crimes. Others refuse to register under DACA for fear they would be spotlighted and face faster deportation than they would risk if they remained under shadow. No, most of those people that did that wasn't because of that. It's because there was some shady shit going on in their lives. As in, they might have records and shit. That was like the main reason why they did not fucking do it, because they were afraid that if they did it, they would get picked up for their fucking crimes and deported. Holy shit. The Dreamers have the sympathy of American people. Oh, really? They don't have mine. And they deserve it. No, they don't. They don't deserve my fucking sympathy. When there are American kids going without, when there are American kids going to bed hungry, when there are American kids whose educations are suffering because these illegals came to this country, regardless of how they were brought in, and they're taking away from those American kids, with the quality of their education and the attention that can be spent on them, you know what? I have no fucking sympathy for them. None whatsoever. Because you know what? Charity begins at home. I have sympathy for Americans. I have sympathy for people who went through all of the hoops, jumped through them, to come to this country legally because they respect the laws of this country. I have sympathy for them. But someone who just fucking walks across the border, I don't care if they were, had an adult holding their hand and they were walking them across, okay? I have no sympathy. No offense. Because their parents had no respect for this country. Odds are they're their parents' children, and they have no respect for this country. Stories abound by these young people making their way in this country against obstacles of poverty, language, and living in homes headed by unauthorized immigrants. I love that fucking term, unauthorized immigrants. You mean illegal fucking aliens? Fucking assholes. Jesus Christ. Pull on the fucking heartstrings a little bit here. Stories about their young people making their way. There should be like, that violin, heartfelt, make them feel guilty music track in the background while reading this. Obstacles of poverty. Excuse me, they get a bunch of free fucking shit. They get free bilingual education. Those homes headed by unauthorized immigrants, most of them covered by the fucking government. Section 8 housing. Somehow illegals do manage to get Section 8 housing, but all right. I mean, Americans are on the street homeless, but somehow they manage to get fucking housing. But hey, whatever. Many are exactly who America would hope to have as immigrants. Oh yeah, MS-13. Yeah. That's who we really want as Americans. Because there's a lot of MS-13 in those dreamers, but whatever. And of course, they broke no law in coming here. Excuse me. Entering the country illegally is against the law. Oh my God. They broke no law in coming here. Yes, they did. Holy shit. It is illegal to enter the country the way that they did. That's breaking the law. They were children under the agency of adults. Does not matter. They still committed a crime. Their culpability is a different story. They broke the law when they came in. Sorry to break it to you. Across the country, meanwhile, rhetoric about Trump's wall has become distorted in language of morality. No, it hasn't. Oh my God. Holy shit. It is not distorted become distorted in language of morality. It's not distorted at all. The president bears much of the blame for this. Oh, big bad orange Trump. He scared me. He scared me. He said things that hurt my feelings. Fucking babies. From the time of his bad hombres comment, a pertinent one. I mean, he was talking about MS-13, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe that he said that when he was talking about MS-13. So from his bad hombres comment to his persistent tweets highlighting the worst sort of immigrant, he has quoted a sense that he is anti-immigrant. No, he's anti-illegal immigration because these people have to come into the country illegally because they're fucking criminals. If they had background checks on more than a few of these people that have been caught, they're criminals in their home country. They're criminals here. They've got criminal records in this country. What the fuck are you talking about? You're trying to go, they shouldn't even be in this fucking country. If there was a secure fucking border, if we actually had, the border being guarded and a wall on it and proper entry into this country, we wouldn't have those bad hombres, you dumb fuck. And he has not courted a sense that he's anti-immigrant. He's more than, when he fucking says that he's for legal immigration, he's made it clear that he's not anti-immigrant. You fucking idiots. You dishonest, sleazy shitbag. Whoever wrote this. I mean, I can see why you didn't want to put your name on it. But his opponents on the left are less than honest when they suggest that any attempt to secure our southern border with a physical barrier is un-American or immoral. Holy shit. You can actually admit that while you're saying Orange Man bad. I'll give you credit for that much. A deal in which America protects dreamers and gives them a clear and simple path to citizenship while offering real protection on the border would be a way for both the president and the Democratic leaders to walk away from this shutdown as winners. No, because guess what? Trump's base would... because one of the things that Trump campaigned on was making, sure illegals didn't get fucking run roughshod over this country. DACA would be that. If he was to give DACA, which, we would fucking go, yeah, okay. We wouldn't be happy. We would be happy we got the wall. But to think that that's going to make him look good with his base, you're fucking delusional. Factually and actually delusional. Because giving them a path to citizenship is the last thing that we would agree to. Giving them green card status, legal residency status. Yes, that's what we would agree to. But to give them a path to citizenship? Fuck no. We're not going to, why would we shoot ourselves in the fucking foot? Anyone right of the Democrats and give these people a path to citizenship when overwhelmingly they're going to vote fucking Democrat? Please explain that one. Why would we hand them a voter block of that size and help to secure their power when they're already shady, shifty, and scummy and do everything they can to win? Explain that one, because I'm telling you right now, we're not for that. We're not for a path for citizenship. We might agree to the fact of, okay, yeah, maybe they should, get to stay, feeling guilty. But we wouldn't be like, okay, maybe they should be allowed to be made citizens. No, not happening. We don't feel that guilty. What's more, the American people would support them. No, not a lot. On the left, yeah, maybe, because they're feels over reals. But on the right, they'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait one fucking minute. But okay, whatever. The only thing that is needed for a deal is leaders on both sides deciding that they can let the other side have something. Trump already said he would negotiate. I love how they're trying to portray this like Trump won't negotiate. Trump is trying to negotiate. They don't want to negotiate at all. Trump is like, give me this, and you can have whatever the fuck you want. That's negotiating. Democrats are like, no, you're going to give us this. Fuck your wall, and you're going to like it. And they think, because that's how the Republicans have operated, especially like with Obama in office. Look at DACA. Instead of going, fuck you, and not voting, not DACA, the ACA. Why did I say DACA? I meant to say the ACA. But on the note of the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare. All right. Look at what they did. They fucking cucked. They could have went, you know what? No. Fuck you. You want us to pass this so we can read it? Shove that thick-ass book up your ass. Because, we're not voting for it. And if they had done that, they would have probably, looked good with their constituents and maybe been able to put a stop to it. But they went, like he said, we got to vote, we got to vote for it before we can read it. And people were like, what? You can't read it before you vote for it? Are you fucking kidding me? And they went, well, yeah, like we're fucking stupid. Okay, and that's what the Democrats and the left want. That's what they're used to. They're used to cucked Republicans. Now that they don't have it, they don't realize they're not going to win this. The only people they're hurting, in all honesty, with the government shutdown, the partial shutdown, the 800,000 employees, most of them are, the majority of them are Democrat fucking voters. They're fucking their own constituents. Let them. I got no problems with that. Fuck both of them. The Democrats and their constituents in the government. I don't care. Fuck them all. I'm fine with that. Let this shit drag out. It hasn't affected our lives greatly. Most people are unaffected by this. So, whatever. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.